Welcome to the Glass Half Full podcast.
I'm Kamora Monet.
And I'm your girl, Kiki.
And we are here today for our anniversary episode, y'all.
Woo!
Tell them about our anniversary episode.
1 year. Okay, we're really diving into this thing this year and committing. We're super excited to bring you guys consistent podcasts, but this was just an idea, just a phone call. Yep. And now it's here in the flesh. Yep. So we're happy. We got to celebrate our 1 year anniversary.
Yes. So we decided that we would get some balloons to celebrate. We got a little bit of adult juice in our cup.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much. We are 21. If you are not, don't drink. But we decided that it was important to celebrate, even though, we haven't been as consistent as we wanted to be. Like she said, it started out as an idea, like a phone call, an idea, and something that we do on a regular. Me and her talk for hours off camera about everything under the sun, the starter moves, when Jesus came, when he coming back, a whole bunch. So we was like, you know what, why not put it, for other people's entertainment and for other people to talk to us and have conversations. So we're excited to be back filming. I think that we want to try to film twice a month. We're not committing to days yet. We just want to be consistent with showing up twice a month for y'all and for ourselves. And because, it's been a couple months. When was the last time we filmed? Like 4 months ago? 5 months ago?
Yeah,
it's been a long time, y'all. So we got a little topics, but I think we want to start with like a little life update, girl.
Okay.
Tell them what's been going on with you, girl.
Girl, life update. Moved into a new place. Whoop-de-woo. Okay. Thank you. Yes, we moved into a new place.
Yes.
I got a new job.
Yes.
I'm just super happy. Like, we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of me actually having a fire. I damn near lost everything.
I don't even think you told them.
Yeah, they don't know. If you follow me on Instagram,
you'll know. Or TikTok.
TikTok, but that was very hard for me. I feel like I was going through like a Job season, y'all, and I was just losing everything. I had lost my car right before that, and then the fire, and it just showed me so much about who was really there for me and who was not.
That's crazy. We were going through shit at the same time, which is fucking insane. Like, she was having her fire and her misplacement. We both had misplacement, okay?
Right.
And like the same week. It was crazy. And it was me and her thugging that shit out in my car. Like, it was not sleeping in it, but we was like for a whole day. It was kind of like the fucking movie.
That's one of them days. Yes. Yo, it was so funny too.
Yes, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yes, that's why when I seen it, I was like, my kid, it reminded me of us. Like, we had a one of them days situation that day. I mean, we was just from sun up to sundown in the car, just like, yo, this really life right now. So to know that it's about to be a year since shit happened, she got her new place, I got my new place. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I had a housewarming and my bitch came in. She did her thing, she did her 1-2 step, honey. And then I'm gonna graduate in May. It's really exciting. So
graduating.
we have a lot to celebrate about.
We do. Girl. We have a lot to celebrate. And even as a content creator, I feel like now been showing up more consistently online. My Instagram following has been growing. I was already, more popular on TikTok, but like now my Instagram following is, which is different because the Instagrammers, they're a little strict over there. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, if I could bring the same attitude to TikTok, I'm going to bring it over there. And especially that was right after the TikTok ban. And I was like very scared after the TikTok ban. So, that's been happening. Like, we're just happy making new collaborations, networking, meeting new people. Like, everybody is a branch. Like, you never know where the next person could take you. So always be friendly, be kind, open up to people. It's really as simple as a hello sometimes, literally.
Word. Sometimes all it takes is a hello. Sometimes all it takes is for you to low-key just post your content. Like, that's another thing. Like, you never know who's going to come across your page and see your content and love it. Or know a person who is interested in doing this and they know this person. And it's just important to put yourself out there. Like, we put ourselves out there a lot. Like, me and Kia, we open up our mouths and we just get to talking, honey. We be like, yes, we have a podcast. Yes, we do. It's called Glass Half Full.
Yes.
She like, yes, I professionally dance. Yes, very much so. Very much so. And it's crazy because while we're talking about our life update, we got a few topics, like I said, and one of the topics was having too much to lose.
Yes.
And I'm gonna just say it quick, fast, and in a hurry because I'm not gonna give it too much time. I went out on Valentine's Day, and two bald head, nasty, dusty, dirty, demonic bald head bitches took my bag with their gremlin hands, and I lost everything that was in my wallet. Let me tell y'all something. If I didn't have too much to lose, I would wear you out from here to Hong Kong. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm only going to say it one time and I'm not going to talk about it no more. Don't you ever in your life forget I'm not where I used to be, but I'm not where I'm going yet. And Kimora, the old Kimora is just a little walk away, okay? But it's crazy because I had to talk to my friend about it because I was like, I want my get back. And she was like, we got too much to lose.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we get caught up in what's happening now to realize the shit that we will do now will affect us down the line. Like, had I whooped her ass the way I wanted to whoop her ass, both of them, and come to their house and then stomp on their mother head, I would have been in jail. Yeah. But I have to graduate in May and have a career and have a podcast and a reputation to uphold.
Apartment, you got a
car. I got a car. You got a car. I got a car. These bitches got cigarette burns. Ashes. Shoot up marks. Anyway. But yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's important to not forget where you trying to go. But it's hard.
No, it's definitely hard. You know what I mean? And I wasn't with her that night. Like we live our separate lives. We go out, we do our shit. You know what I mean? But we are the main characters in our story. So we have our own little side quest. And when she called me, I'm like, no way, bro. Yes. And she's like, we were talking about shit. She's like, you glad you wasn't there? I'm like, no, but for real though. You know what I mean? And we talk about it because I'm like, it can either go either way. Because like she said, it's like your old self is only but a few clicks away. Word. So it's like, it either would have got really bad or maybe it wouldn't have got there at all.
And us two together with that type of environment, we real chill women.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I feel like when you are the type of woman that we are, like, we are very chill. We know where we going. We got a sense of self.
Yes.
But like when we get into them situations where bitches is beneath us, because that's what it really is. And it's not just females. It's the men you interact with too. It's the friendships you have with people that you think are your friend.
Yes.
When you get mixed up in that type of vibe, that's where you battle with your old self and your new self, or the person you are now.
Right.
And that's the only thing. It's like when we get into situations like that, we be really fighting because we have common sense, but we also know we can act bad.
Like you could crash out or you could not. And it's like I've had similar situations. Like I dance on a team. I work in the club. I have like different things that I have going on, and like even I went on tour with Tinashe last year, and right before that, one of my teammates literally tried to fight me. Like, and it was like a situation that led up. It was like brewing for a couple years, kind of like snide comments here, snide comments there, but she was still smiling in my face. And when she did that day, it came so left field, and somebody grabbed her. Nonetheless, I was there because I was ready. And the person who grabbed her, you see, when you have so much, they don't understand when you've gone through so much, and when you have parents like we had parents, you know what I mean? Like the person who grabbed her was going to get hit too. Like everybody was going to get hit, and I had to think about myself. I'm like,
one fight, we all fight, baby.
Fight, yeah. Like I'm like, we got to go on tour with Tinashe.
Yes.
And my friend had a whole host in that night, and I'm looking at her like over here, fake crashing out when I was just in front of her face, and I'm like, you know what? Let me hop in my truck and let me slide because. If not, I'm finna slide her, and it's gonna be from here to the Netherlands. You know what I mean? And I recently even had a conversation with my mom about it too, because listen, we earth signs too, so we can hold a grudge. Like, even if it's like calm, cool, collected on the surface, it's like, I will never forget what you did to me. It's a bitch in the second grade that pinched me, that I still know if I see her anywhere, I'd be like, that bitch pinched me when we was in second grade. You know what I mean? So like, I was talking to my mom, I'm like, you got too much to lose. Like, you know what I mean? People hate on you. Even the girls that day, I was like, girl, they hating on you because of everything that you have. It's an energy. Sometimes it's just an energy. Sometimes it's not even, oh, you got the latest this or the latest
just who you are. It's some shit you can't even see on us that make people intimidated by us. Like, and sometimes like if you don't, because sometimes we don't know our own potential. But I'm like, damn, like I'm cool with everybody. And I was telling her, I'm like, I'm not a girl's girl by any means, and I've said this from the beginning. And that night really proved it. I'm just a friend's friend. But at the same time, if I'm out in a spot and I see a chick, I'm gonna show love wherever I show love. But it's like I be like, damn, I'm so cool. But it's another motherfucker who see you and they like, damn, I see her shine. I see her glow. I see her effort. I see her this. And that was our other topic. Like, hating hoes ain't happy. That's just really what it is. Like, a lot of people don't be happy within themselves, and that shit just spill out. And to top it all off, like, I didn't even mention, I'm about to be 1 year post-op from my surgery this month too. So I think it's so crazy that the whole reason why the girl was mad is because she hadn't seen me in a long time, and I looked good and I looked different. My body T, I'm super thick, I'm super pretty. You know, she gets money. Hello. And you know, hating hoes ain't happy. And that's just, you know.
That's really just what it was. Because even the girl from my dance team, like, she started a little bit before me, but even like freestyling and just certain stuff in the dance world, it's like swaggy. And it's like, I'm like a wolf puppy. Like, if I get onto something and I learn it, I'm just gonna like, I will keep going until I master it in whatever way that means for me. And I feel like there were certain aspects as to where like I outgrew her faster. And my like, you know, when I first started dancing, I would dance with my head down. Like, I'm looking down as I'm dancing, and then my stage presence just kind of blossomed, and then it's like you just outshine people naturally. And I'm just like, you know, I can't help the fact that I'm great. You know what I mean? And that's why I was telling her too. I'm like, girl, no, we gonna keep our head high. We gonna take the Michelle Obama approach, because we can take it to the Underground Railroad.
Okay, quick.
But we are going to stay high, because at the end of the day, that's how you keep your vibration higher, and that's how you attract higher people to you. And we be talking about our manifestations and stuff like that, and I'm like, we can't be engaging in this type of stuff that's trying to backtrack us, trying to pull you crabs in a barrel. So now it's to the point where it's like, you know what, them girls don't even exist. Like, no funny, like they don't even exist. Like, I'm pretty sure
we don't run around the same
they won't see this podcast, whatever. Listen, we don't give a damn, girl. I don't give a damn. Like, because we live out loud, and that's another thing. Like, when you live out loud, you laugh out loud. Like, those type of people that, like you said, are in hiding or don't like who they are or don't feel as expressive, they upset that you get to live your life as much as you want to live it.
And then change. Like, she met you maybe timid or new on the scene, and then it was like so quick. You was like, you was ready to be outside. You was ready to be your true self and walking your purpose. And it was like, this bitch got it so fast. This bitch went she outspoken. She when she come in the room, she take the presence. Like, oh, this bitch think she the shit. No, you think I'm the shit. I think I'm the shit too. And but we have that in common.
But we have that in common. So listen, and that's what comes a part of it. That's what comes a part of the territory. Even online, people are going to comment nasty things. They're going to say nasty things. They're going to play on your insecurities. They're going to point out the one thing that you was hoping nobody noticed or whatever. That's just what comes with it, and just with being transparent. And that's the day and age that we are in. So it's just like, you gotta understand that's what comes with it, baby. And wear it. Keep your head up high. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Sure, but it makes your neck stronger. You know what I mean? So you walk around with your head high. That's why I was like, girl, F them girls. Everything that she lost, she got back. They didn't take nothing from her that she couldn't have replaced. Even that girl that was with me, like, she ain't take my opportunity from me. She was at the place looking sour when we had to perform. And mind you, she wasn't even the one that was originally supposed to be on that tour. But we're not. That's a whole nother conversation. But baby, what? I was outside, so my shit touching me on my shoulder. You feel me? Like, ain't no chip on my shit. So
I like that. Bitch. And that's how it's always going to be with us.
It is what it is.
Like, we did that trend phrases that we say, and one of the phrases I put for her is, I'm a superstar. One thing about my friend, she'll be like, I don't give a fuck, I'm a superstar. She's like, I'm not doing that, I'm a whole superstar. I'd be like, period. Friend. And shit like that. Yeah, word, shit like that made me be like,
you a whole star.
I'm a diva. I'm a whole diva.
You're a whole graduate.
I'm a whole communications mogul, honey. I'm gonna take it all
shit together. You look great.
Thank you.
And them bitches is skinty. Them bitches couldn't hold a pound to save their life.
Girl, baby child, please. They look
We're not trying to body shame either. We are really not. I'm just saying.
It's not, but it's
if you look like a skeleton,
me first. So it's
right, exactly. You listen. That's why we talking about too, because our energy when we get there, like, it's gonna be like people keep poking you, and then once you get back at them, it's like, oh, you're a bully.
Yeah, then I was a bully. I was a bully,
okay, bitch.
But I wasn't a bully when you was stepping on my feet.
Right.
I wasn't a bully when you was like, oh my God, you are so pretty, by the way. Thank you, boo. Thank you. And your nigga thinks so too. Kisses. Fuck. But yeah, I think that's super. I think that's bitches. super. Like, let's move on to a new topic, because we get real passionate. But what do you want to talk about today?
I feel like what I really want to talk about right now is enriching relationships. And we were just talking about, like, because there are all different type of relationships, right? You got like friendly relationships, you got your family relationship, you got your romantic relationship. So even with a stranger, it may be a transactional relationship. You know what I mean? So it's like you have your negative relationships, but I really want to talk about enriching relationships. I want to talk about the relationships that are building your life, because I feel like we've talked about money a lot on this podcast, and some people have looked at us as if we were superficial, or if we were gold diggers, or if we didn't have a certain level of value to us, because it's like, oh, we're having the 50-50 conversation. Mind you, I don't even think we full on ever had a 50-50 conversation.
Yeah, we just made it quick and cute, right?
Quick and cool, because we said, like, the nigga got to pay for the date. They like, oh, these are 50-50 bitches. It's like, like, goddamn. Like, and it's like, opinion about something. And I think I really want to talk about, what I really want to say It's just like, I think it's not really about the money, because I think for both of us, we both get money. It's not a point of like, oh, I need you to take care of me and pay my bills, this and that. Of course, if we further along get in a relationship, you want to have babies, you want to do all this other shit, you best
show me the money.
You best to be showing me the motherfucking money. But I think it's more about the enrichment in your life. It's like, it's the fulfillment, the satisfaction. You know what I mean? Because there are fulfilling things that don't cost as much money. You know what I mean? If you take me on a museum date, or you do these type of things that are fulfilling my life and making it better, like the quality of life.
It's not the monetary value.
What
always.
do you think about that? Because I'm like, I know that you're a person that's not like always even about the monetary.
Yeah, I'm not, and I think that it feels like security when the monetary value is in place. However, we could be in a shoebox together and make that shit work. But I think it's also effort. And I think I don't see a lot of effort in relationships sometimes, or development. I see a lot of times where even if it's a group of friends or it's just a couple, whatever, people grow like this. And then it's an inch up and an inch up, and they don't seem to meet, but they still trying to pull that person together, and it doesn't work. And instead of us being okay with, okay, maybe this isn't the place I'm going to get this enrichment from, walking away, we stay. And we backtrack, and we wait too long to leave situations and friendships. And then we look at ourselves, and now we turned ourselves sour when we should have left month 1, month 2 when the friend said this, month 3 when a nigga said this to us. And we like, but maybe one day he could just no. If he wanted to, or they wanted to, they would. It's the effort. Like, if you could put in effort when you get dressed, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, put in effort with our friendship. Like, me and her talk all the time, and we always very vulnerable with each other. Like even I made a mistake and I wish my friend a happy birthday. I don't know what I was going through, but I did forget, and I was so sorry about it. But she said, "Hey, why didn't you say happy birthday to me?" And if she didn't ask me, it may have left her to feel not enriched, or like I didn't put in the effort. But she told me that's how you felt, and I was able to reevaluate. Motherfuckers be like, "You mad I ain't say happy birthday?" Yes, bitch, I'm mad you ain't say happy birthday to me. Yeah. I think what's important to you, what's important to you has to be important to me just off the strength of you. Right. That's where the enrichment comes in for me. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I feel as though number one, you have to be enriched yourself. Number one, you have to be enriching to yourself. You have to have a solid relationship with yourself. You have to bring your level and your quality of life up for yourself before you can even do that for another person. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where the monetary starts to come in, because at the end of the day, money is energy. Money is currency. People all make it all about, the superficial stuff. But at the end of the day, people who do not work, people who do not move, people who do not have passion or creativity, they do not have money. Word. Like, we trying to make it about the money. Call a spade a spade. Yeah. Money is energy, and money is currency. If you are not moving, if you are not working, if you are not bringing certain level of your idea or alchemizing your energy into a physical currency, you're not going to have any money. So that's why I feel like it becomes more enriching. So it gets to a point where you can do more. You know what I mean? Like, and we have lives where we're able to do more. We're able to go out. We're able to spend money and things like that. And it's like, it's the same with your romantic relationships, and the same with your platonic relationships. Like, I had some platonic relationships that I had to realize, okay, I am the one bringing all the enrichment to this situation. I am the one fulfilling this situation. That's where we come to the point of what us talking about potential. And women especially, because we are solid ground. We are soil. If a man plants a seed in us, it's going to grow. Whatever a man gives us is going to multiply. So that's why it's like, any man that's like, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, he don't have no fulfilling relationship.
It's going to come back to you tenfold. You give it to me.
Exactly.
I'm going to know what to do with it. But it's a mindset thing too. And like you said, it's also with self. Like, I don't think I necessarily have a good relationship with money. Or I don't have a good relationship with money. I'll say that. Like, in the sense of, like, when you don't have for so long and you get a little bit, you kind of want to hold on to it. So now sometimes I have buyer's remorse when I go out. So it's like, how can I expect somebody to spend on me if I don't spend on myself? Do you understand what I'm saying? How can I expect somebody to love me if I don't love myself? And these are the conversations we're constantly having, because we have to constantly love a new version of ourselves. But like she said, it's an energy exchange. But the same energy I'm exchanging with another soul, I have to exchange it with myself. Do that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like, I want to have a better relationship with money, that in turn I can have better relationship with my friends when we spend money together. And like our business, like, this shit costs. I know it looked nice and real pretty, but it was not free. Right. So it's like, if I'm scared to spend the money and she's scared to spend the money, how are we enriching each other? How are we guiding each other to somewhere better if we both scared?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could be scared, but you got to do that shit scared. And
Exactly.
that's a platonic friendship and a romantic relationship and a relationship with yourself, you know?
Yes, because the enrichment is outside of just the monetary value. It's the energy,
it's the patience with yourself, the kindness.
Yeah, the type of things that you pour into each other. And like, even with the birthday thing, I don't even full on remember that.
Yeah,
you
was like 3 birthdays because I felt so bad.
Like 3 birthdays ago, whatever it was. But you know, I have a relationship with myself to where I'm like, okay, I understand my friends are going through life. I understand that everybody has everything going on, and that's how you end up putting yourself consistently on the back burner. But me, you know, even just for me, the thought counts.
Word.
You know what I mean? And it obviously depends on how they express that thought, of course.
Don't just
you know
think
what
about
I mean?
it.
Yeah, don't just think about it. Definitely, you know what I mean? I'm like, listen, I'm a simple person. If you ain't got a whole bunch this year, or we ain't doing this and that, because I've never even been super big on my birthday. I just started celebrating myself. And even my last birthday, like, she came to kidnap me because I wasn't gonna do anything.
I'm like, come on, let's be out. I'm like, come on, let's go to piano.
Yeah,
no, we went. That was a Sunday. Her birthday was a Sunday. We just went out, me and my other 2 friends, and we just showed love. And they just my friends are her friends now. We was like, we was outside in pianos partying in the middle of the dance floor, like, oh,
yo, turning up, because I had just moved into my place, and I was like, the money that I wanted to spend on my birthday, I had spent to get like a new bed,
right?
Like, you know, all this stuff. It was just a priority. So they like, girl, no, like, you still get to say at least, hey, happy birthday. When it's 12, you gonna be partying, or you're gonna be doing something to celebrate yourself. So,
and I said that. I was like, she was talking to me. She's like, yeah, I'm finna go do laundry. She's like, yeah, my birthday tomorrow. I'm like, she's like, yeah, I'm going to get a pedicure. Like it was like she was just talking about a regular day. Yeah, I'm about to take a walk in the park. She just calmly said, it's my birthday tomorrow. I said, your birthday tomorrow? What you gonna do for your birthday? She's like, yeah, nothing. I'm just gonna be in the house. I hate that. I hate when she do that shit. I hate, her and Joanna, Aquarius and Capricorn. I feel like it's like that. They're like, yeah, it's my birthday tomorrow. Yeah, I just went to law school. I'm just chilling. They want to be so humble. Fuck that. It's my motherfucking birthday and it's a fucking holiday. She's like, I'm gonna go to work. What? I'm like, can you pissing me off, ma'am? I said, no, just come on. You like, you sure? Let's go. Yes.
And they made my birthday special.
Word.
Yeah, so that was beautiful.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you can show up for your friends in that way. Like, especially when they want to be so humble about things that are exciting. You want a friend to be like, no, fuck that. It's time to go outside. It's time to celebrate.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not a lot to celebrate nowadays because there's new politic and things.
Oh, God.
Yeah, let me just please ASMR. Trump is president. And we might be
Elon is president.
Elon is the
president.
Elon is the president, and Trump is just the face.
The duo we did not need.
Come on, like we could have did without. It's like Beavis and Butthead in the White House.
Did not need.
Then we got the son up there like, "Fuck you, you're not the president. Shut the fuck up." He like, shh, and then Trump's like, "What you say, buddy?" Oh, fucking stupid! I swear to goodness, I think niggas did this on purpose. Like, I think they knew they was like, "Let's make an ass." Like, how do you feel about this? I'm not scared, but I'm scared.
You know, first of all,
I'm passionate about it though.
Yeah, I feel like this further pushed me to get my passport.
She did. She got her passport.
Because my boo Ben already had a passport, been traveling, been doing everything.
She's right behind me. We outside
my
this
friends
summer.
have motivated me to further get my passport and stuff like that. And then the Elon shit was just like, oh yeah, you definitely, just in case we got to get the fuck up out of here.
Somewhere gonna be my home. Nigeria,
gonna be my home. Yeah.
Ghana. I'm going home. Wherever home is. That's why I really want to do that 23andMe or what Ancestry.com to really know what country I am. Because Africa said we good over there. We can go.
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready to head over there.
Black people their citizenship.
Yeah.
So of African descent.
But I just feel a little bit like I said, I'm a college student. And bitch, I didn't even tell you. So I have this white counterpart. It's Black History Month still. When y'all see this, it's February, but we celebrate on March 1st. However, it's Black History Month right now. And my white counterpart at work, for the last 25 days, I have requested that when he see me, he say, "Good morning, my sister," with the fizz. This is what I requested to this man. Don't you know for 25 days, that man says, "Good morning, my sister." That brother is an ally.
He trying to turn that nigga into Dr. Umar.
I'm trying to turn that nigga into Dr. Umar back. I said, "What did you say?" "I'm sorry." He didn't say it the other day, and I had to say, I'm sorry. I think you forgot something this morning." And he said, "My apologies. Good afternoon, my sister." Okay, I'm not fucking around. I don't give a fuck if Trump take Black History Month away.
Right.
February always gonna be Black History Month to me, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay, wiggle. Like you know what I'm saying? And I have this other white counterpart, and I'm not gonna go into details because she is, whatever. But she very much so gives she's racist and anti-black, and she constantly wants to tell me about the good things that Trump does. And if you're wondering, yes, she is paper colored. However, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I let her talk and I listen. Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of what politics is showing us now is that people carry a lot of hate in their heart for some shit they know we can't change. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where the fear really lies, because they're upset for some shit we cannot change. Yeah. It's like, damn, like, why do you care who I love? If I love a horse, a cow, a pig, as long as it's not a child, and nothing, like, why it matter? Why does it upset you that I want to know about my Black history? You know?
Yeah. I feel like in all actuality, I feel like they're trying to take away individuality. That's the main thing. I feel like even with the TikTok ban, it was like, damn, you're taking away people's freedom of speech. You upset that we are able to communicate and we're able to understand each other in ways that you are not able to track, and it makes you uncomfortable because you feel like we have too much freedom of thought. And the fact that other countries are literally out there protesting for us was crazy. And it's like, it wasn't until I deliberately searched it, because they are deliberately making sure it's not in any of our news feeds, was kind of like, damn, for real. And I feel like, but I feel like this time around, I feel like it's not going to go the way that they think it's going to go. Like, even with them, no, because even with them trying to take away the Tuskegee Airmen, which was involved inside of the, like, it's like a curriculum for new Air Force people or something like that.
They wanted to take it out.
They want to take it out, and they reversed it. Yeah. And it's a lot of the governors have been fighting. Shout out to please vote for Ras Baraka, the governor of, he's currently the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, and we would love for him to be the governor of New Jersey, because he fought. His father was an advocate. His father was a poet, and he was an activist. And he was delivered by my grandfather, Dr. E. Wyman Garrett, one of the first Black doctors in Newark, Black OBGYN. My grandfather personally had an encounter with Trump, and at the time, because he was like, "You're not a real doctor," because they used to call him Dr. X at that time, because my grandfather delivered Assata Shakur's baby before she ran to Cuba and was like, "Forget out of here." So his name was they called him Dr. X. He was like, "I'm a real doctor. I'm an accredited doctor. Okay, Morgan State University."
How dare you question my credibility? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Black.
And I think that is so weird. Like I said, I'm a communication major. Yeah. This is us communicating. This is media. This is the way we express ourselves. So for you to think that you're going to control what we say, and this is a part of our amendment, is astronomical to me. I'm allowed to say and express myself however I want, but it's journalists like me or up and coming journalists that have a little bit of fear, because our mouth is a tool. Our knowledge is a tool. So it's like, I can go and I can be this journalist and I can say the things that people are afraid to say, but it also come with a cost. And that's what they're saying. They're not saying, oh, you can't say it. They saying you can say it, but this might happen to you. You can say it, but watch your back. You can say it, but look over your shoulder. Who wants to live like that? Who wants to have to always question what they say because you're trying to control the media? I'm going to say this one time, and I'm going to say it again. You're never going to make me feel bad for who I am. Whether I have skeletons in my closet or not, I'm Black, I'm beautiful, I'm going to be loud about it, I'm going to be proud about it, and I'm going to be an advocate for myself and others, whether you like it or not. You're not stopping shit over here. You may think you can, but if you think that you're going to do some shit from the 1900s, 1800s like you did, motherfucker, this is the new generation. And we not going down without a fight, baby. The day I pick cotton, you might as well wrap it the fuck up. For real. Like, I'm not doing that.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like this generation is not going to happen in the way that they think it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. We are going to fight. We are going to talk about it. We are going to walk about it. Like, I understand that, there are more things that, of course, obviously we all can be doing, but while we still have the freedoms that we do have. And I feel like even all of this stuff happening just shows us how we should have more gratitude for the freedoms that we did have. Because a lot of these people moving from other countries coming to America because they're like, okay, this is the home of the free. You know what I mean? We get to wear what we want. We get to say what we want. We get to live where we want. We can have whatever job we want. You know what I mean? So much freedom even in the midst of all of this, I just want to at least encourage you all to not be discouraged. You can fight. You can still live your life. Don't let this weigh you down to the point where now you're scared to fly. Now you're scared to move and move about and do everything. Airplanes been crashing. Like, just to be very honest with you, it's more public now because now everybody's more aware of what exactly is going on. But people have been crashing. It's always been, there's always a risk and a danger to everything. So please do not allow Elon and Trump to stop your life. Trump has been impeached before. Trump is damn near finna go to jail soon. Okay, Elon is not even from here. They've been calling ICE on him. That's why I know this. That's why I know this generation. Like they be like, oh, y'all don't take nothing serious. I don't take nothing serious. But the whole thing is into I want to say like humor and having a funny state of mind. That's actually a high sign of intellect because it takes a lot to make somebody laugh.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Word. And to do something in a witty way. That's why the average person gets on TikTok and be like, oh, I don't understand this app. It's this and that. Cause it's if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you don't. If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not that girl, you're just not that girl. But I'm telling you, as a creative, as a person, if you are part of the DEI, if you are trans, if you are LGBTQ plus, a part of that community, understand that you are still going to be exactly who you are. They can try to silence you as much as you want, but if you do not allow them, then it will never happen. It's a state of mind. It's about attraction. And I think that they're doing all this stuff to try to force people to fear them and try to force people to cower to them. But this is why everything that they have been doing has not fully been working. We've known about Project 2025 for the last year or two.
Yeah.
And of course we weren't taking it serious at first, but now it's like, okay, we see them making these moves. We see them making these moves, but we can fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't let them beat you down. Don't let them break you down. And still live your life.
And it's like, it's easier said than done because I worked the polls. I worked the polls for this Trump election. Yeah. I was literally, seeing everybody coming in and out. And like, it's private, but there was times when you can kind of see through the curtain. You got to close the curtain back and you like, damn, you voted for them. Like, and it was just people you wouldn't even think would be voting for these. I'm like, and then it's like people, it's just like people really, and then it's also the men and the women who say shit like, he's a businessman. You don't know what it's like to be a businessman. You never sat in a room with an investor. You don't have the blueprint. You keep talking about this business and this business and this business, but the business that concerns you concerns the housing of your mother. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because concerns the business that you should be worried about is how the groceries get in your refrigerator. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's people that need the Medicaid. They are on dialysis. They have cancer. They cannot pay for these expensive treatments on their own. But yet, and still, you like, I like Trump. He's a businessman. We can't have a woman run the world. And that's another thing. Everybody feels this type of way about women not being capable or too emotional. And I've been saying this, and I'll say this again. I personally believe men don't like women. They like the idea of women, or they like the attributes of women. Because if you liked a woman, you would, or knew a woman enough, you would know that emotions come with a woman. Kamala wasn't going to get in the office and be like, I'm on my period, the world has to end today. Like, let's be for real. Like, we act on emotion, but like, we're not stupid. If any, the women, the people who own businesses the most are Black women.
Right.
We are taking over the business industry. So if you think when we walk in a room, we can't sign dotted lines in a room full of men, we can do the same thing in the White House. So for you to not vote for her because she's a woman and you were raised by a woman and the woman did it by herself and she put food on the table and she worked 3 jobs, what makes you think she wouldn't be capable to run the motherfucking world? You got to be for real when you talking. I feel like people just talk out of ignorance and out of simple opinion and not stats and statistics and information that's important because people don't read. And it's like we in our 20s, we want to live young, wild, and free, but it's also important to stay educated. It's also important to read up on things. Like my school sent me an email the other day basically saying that the DEI program is going to be taken away. And if we don't take it away, we won't receive funding. And the president of my university basically was saying, I'm going to do what's important for the education of our students. Right. And it's going to come with some backlash. Motherfuckers like, but I don't want them to take the funding away. Take that shit away. We'll figure it the fuck out because our dollars matter just as the next person. You're not going to silence me because you don't agree with me. No, you're not going to do that. And the whole thing about it is information, for at least for now, is free. Mm-hmm. So please make sure that you are, listen, they have like PDFs of the Constitution because Trump decided to take it off of the White House website. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is education, it's an everlasting thing. I feel like you are a student of life. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I was a person that was in school, great in school. I actually went to school to be a doctor originally, but once I realized I wanted to be creative and I realized that they didn't have a
curriculum to teach me how to be creative, I had to branch off on my own. Now, there's still certain aspects, of course, of which I can go back to school. I can do this, I can do that. But I'm in a point now where I'm like, school is my life. And this is the path that I chose to take. So don't let anybody make you feel ignorant because you are not in school, and do not stop learning just because you're not in school. I read books. We talk about the books that I read. I'm reading Think and Grow Rich right now by Napoleon Hill. I'm reading The Inner Work of Relationships. And this is why I can be so emotionally empathic towards people. And I think that it's a downfall by people thinking that your emotions are a weakness, or it's a, you know, it's a hindrance to your success. You have to have both of those things, masculine and feminine energy, even if you take it away from man and woman, because everybody everybody has a form of masculine and feminine energy. Please do your research on that and understand that. So you need both of those things to run the world. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. At the end of the day, it takes two people to make a child. You know what I mean? Women, we carry the child. But at the end of the day, we still need the seed. Soil, when you're growing, you have masculine and feminine plants. You know what I mean? All these type of things where you literally need both. Neither one is better than the other. Yeah. And I think that that's why Trump is coming so hard with the Project 2025, because Black women have become the most educated and the most high earning. So he made it to where it's like, we want white men back at the top of that list.
Because they believe they're superior.
And the thing is, superiority comes from, once again, the energy that you are putting into things, the energy that you are putting into life. The more you are creating, the more you are receiving. And now your energy and your aura points up 1,000. Yep. You feel me? Yep. So that's why it's like, you have to understand who you are as a person. And I feel like, even though a lot of people are talking about, what they say, like, a woman can't run the world because she's emotional, this and that. You don't even understand. You're coming from an emotional place. These same people are the same people that don't like their mother. These are the same people who girlfriends broke their heart. Yes. These are the same people who can't stand the sight of a woman, because at the end of the day, you can't keep a woman. You can't make a woman want to love you, or you can't make a woman sleep with you without money. Mm-hmm. So these are the same people that are doing all those same things. They're like, it's not an emotional place. This is not. We all are. Listen, the more you start to understand about energy, we're all children in adults' bodies. Mm-hmm. And even when you're working on your inner healing, you have to work on your inner child first. It always comes back to childhood. It always comes back to your parents and your family are your first. They teach you the world. Those are your first interactions with the other gender, with another person, this and that. Exactly. It's your foundation. So you have to go back and heal that. If your mother and your father, if your father was domineering and he took care of everything, and your mom was just, she didn't do anything. She just stood around the house. She cowered. She cried, whatever the case may be. Then of course you're going to feel like women are weak and they can't lead and this and that. And you're going to go about leading in a very domineering way. Mm-hmm. Like it all goes hand in hand. That's why I'm okay with being with myself, and I'm okay with, I don't have a degree, or I don't do this and that, because I know the intellectual wealth that I hold within myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like 50 Cent. 50 Cent came to a place where he was like, listen, I pay the people who got degrees. I pay them to do this and that, because at the end of the day, it's not as valuable to me and my creative life, but we all need each other. Yes. It's a whole balance. You can't have one without the other. So I feel like Trump and them, they're literally trying to divide and conquer. They're trying to make people pick sides, and they're trying to like, listen, you don't have to do all of that. But at the end of the day, listen, we know the Trumpers and all of the rest of the people, we know where you at. You know what I mean? But I understand, and I look at them from an energetic level, and I'm like, you're hurt. Yeah, you know what I mean? You're hurt, and you're trying to grab power. You're trying to force power because you feel like you don't have any.
Mm-hmm. And it's like you don't have to do all that to get your point across. And I was saying that earlier. I'm like, people. Just like, for example, if I don't like a person, I'm not going to beat down the Bakia to get her to not like them. Like, I just don't have to deal with them. But it's like, he don't like a group of people, and he makes it his mission for everybody else not to like them. Right. So now when they go out and just exist in the world, like, you can see a Hispanic person and a white person will see them, and they'll call ICE just off the strength that they're Hispanic, and they got their paper. Like, they've already deported a man who was a vet and who presented his documentation, and they still detained him. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. People harbor all this pain and this hatred for a world that don't belong to us. Do you understand what I'm saying? This world belongs to God, and what God says, it moves. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to tell somebody this isn't their land, this isn't their home, it's not yours either. We're occupying it momentarily, and we should treat it as such, but it's like, everybody is just for self. Like, I feel like people don't want to educate each other or put each other on, because like, if I put her on, like, I don't want to, like, I'm gonna just keep this information for myself. If I tell Bakia something, Bakia could tell her friend could tell her mother could tell her sister. Do you understand understand what I'm saying? And it's a domino effect, but instead it's like we just want to keep all the information to ourselves. We want to be ignorant, and sometimes ignorance isn't even a conscious thing. Like sometimes you could be ignorant and you don't even know. That's why being like I'm hyper self-aware. Like I'm always like, I noticed I did that wrong and I could have did this better. But it's like motherfuckers have a fucking shield over their face and they don't even know if they're coming or going. Like I seen the TikTok the other day and he was like, Trump, I'm not from here. Trump, I am from Bahamas, right off the coast from the beach. You could come get me now. Like motherfuckers is low key like deport me back to a place where an island I could call home. Cause this shit don't seem sweet to us no more. Like this shit don't even seem comfortable no more sometimes. And it's like we fight, like we fighting to make it feel comfortable. But I feel like, is it? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know.
I think that it will come back around. I genuinely do. And I, even understanding with the fire and, us both going through these things, like from a spiritual aspect, you have to understand when you are asking for a new life and, you're raising your consciousness, your old ways of thinking, your old life, it has to be broken down. And the whole thing about God is if I didn't make you uncomfortable, then you wouldn't have moved. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the state of the world right now. Like we're literally upon a new horizon. So I genuinely feel like everything, all these old systems, everything is breaking down, them taking stuff away, like us finna be all these tyrannical rulers and all this other stuff is like, okay, I'm showing you got power. Like, listen, if you don't want to take your power, somebody gonna take it from you. You know what I mean? And the people that are collectively, that are conscious enough, we gonna get the fuck up out of here. Like if y'all want to stay here and y'all want to do this and that, listen, as spiritual as I am, as homey as I am, I know what point it will get to that I'll be like, okay, I'm about to. That's why I got my passport.
And I be thinking like, I wonder like how the biracial couples feel right now. Just curious. When you look at your white husband, how do you feel? Because this is the show that we watch, Sisters. So we love Sisters. Yeah. And Andy, a character on the show, Andy, she has a white boyfriend. He's like hillbilly white. Like, and in one of the episodes, she was like, he chained her to the bed. He handcuffed her to the bed. And he was like, what did he call her? Girl. He was like, bad girl. And she was like, you don't say that to a black girl. So I'm just so curious that like, how is the dynamic for like, even watching that show, like, and them talking about another character, Danny, being black and being in a male-dominated field and being a lawyer and being the only black woman in that law office. And she was like, every time we talk, it's because we angry. Women aren't angry. Like, we don't have to keep this narrative of a mad black woman. But I feel like in these male-dominated industries, the DEI was so important because, like the show, she had to deal with the sexist and the ageist and the racist men to prove that she was a good employee. And it's almost like we good enough to get by. Sometimes I feel like we are good enough to get by, and sometimes it feels like we don't get a lot of love from black men. And it feel like we fighting for y'all to see that we love you and that we care and that we can be kind and we can be nurturers. And y'all be like, nah, I don't really like black girls. They too aggressive. But your mama darker than midnight. How? You know what I'm saying? Or like, I like a light-skinned woman. It's just like we got a lot of internalized shit that we don't even realize that we have, yo. Girl,
I feel like once again it comes back down to childhood. The men that don't like black women usually have issues with their mom. The mom, like you said, the mom dark as day and dark as night. You know what I mean? But she was abusive to him, or she took out her anger towards him, or you know what I mean? And even Andy in the show, no, her name is Danny. It's not Andy.
Danny. Andy is the lawyer.
Andy is the lawyer. Danny is the one she's talking about with the white man. Even Danny, I feel like Danny was so used to being mistreated that she was very suspicious of the white man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She wouldn't even let him love her.
He was very loving. And the thing about it was, she chained him to the bed first. She had chained him to the bed like a day or two before. You know what I mean? And he was like, damn, girl, let me go. You know what I mean? He had to go to work, whatever. So that's why when he tried to do it to her, she's like, oh, now it's like a whole race conversation. Because now it comes back to down the hurt within. And I feel like that's the messed up part about Trump and this whole thing, because it's like now it's like, oh, we're doing the race wars again. When it's like in all actuality, every white person is not racist. Every white person is not looking out to get you. Every white person is not a fascist. You know what I mean? Like, every white person is not even a Trump supporter. No. You know what I mean? Like I be on TikTok watching little white babies crying because they're like, oh, I'll never be brown.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's a real thing. That's a real thing. So it's like these people are trying to make you hate races again. They trying to bring this like Nazi kind of communicalism thing back again. And I do not appreciate it because I feel like we fought so hard in America to become this big melting pot. And of course you have certain experiences with certain races, maybe more than others. I'm not taking it away from anybody. I'm not saying that there isn't a huge population of racist white people or, you know, whatever the case may be. Because even me, when I was in school, I went to Rutgers, shout out to Rutgers, New Brunswick. I experienced a lot of racism from Indian people that were brown, same color as me, but they felt like they were better. It's even our own people, even Africans will make you feel like, oh, you're a Black American. You guys are ignorant. You guys don't work as hard. Like we experienced the same thing in the Caribbean community. Like it's a whole bunch of stuff. That's why I'm like, we can't just say that it's just white people. Like this is literally what they're trying to do to us. They're literally trying to make us feel like that about one another. And then you have the ones that have been holding this idealism for years and years and years in the corner of Alabama. That's now like, oh, it's my time. You know what I mean? And you like, I knew y'all niggas was just waiting. You know what I mean? But it's like that's a minority amongst the majority of white people. So it's like, it's messed up, and I feel like the Black people that are with white women, some of them got crunchy wigs, and some of them are wearing some of the wigs is back here. Some of them want to be white, you know what I mean? But there are a lot of other Black women who are fully in relationships with white men, and they fully understand. Because I feel like that's something that they faced all the time.
Have you ever dated a white man?
I've chucked a white man a little bit, but I didn't.
What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry.
Dr. Umar, ignore this part. Don't watch this, Dr. Umar, because Dr. Umar is the reason why I love my natural hair. This was before I found you, Dr. Umar.
How white was he?
He was. If you ever seen
don't piss me off.
Something New, you ever seen Something New? See, okay, you gotta watch the movie before you judge. Okay. Something New with Sanaa Lathan. You gotta.
It was a white man she loved.
Yeah, she ended up loving him, but she was very standoffish him at first. Like, you're white. She was a lawyer, and he was like a contractor. Like he, fixed things and like put things together. Like he ended up, you know what movie I'm talking about, probably, right?
I feel like I've seen it before.
And she ended up falling in love with him, and it was very hard for her. So he looked like him, and that was that. I thought I was having my Sanaa Lathan moment at the time, but he lost me. Okay, you guys, quick funny story. He lost me because we was finna do the do, right? Ooh, I was in college. I was trying shit. This is my listen, Linda, listen, Linda. I got something to tell you. Okay, he was very sweet guy. Whatever gets me, right? We finna get into doing the do, right? We in my room. Shit. He was a professional chess player, and I thought he was so smart. That man, like I remember, like
that's one of the brightest thing ever. A professional chess player.
That nigga had a portable chess, like portable chess. Oh my granny,
like a fucking tech.
Oh my granny, that nigga he pulled it out. It was nice too. He taught me how to beat somebody in 4 moves. I don't give a fuck.
For real, wow.
Yeah, so I'm an intellectual person. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, period. A sapiosexual. That's what they call it. So we was gonna do the do. I'm looking all cute. We kissing. Everything's getting good. And he's like, "Ooh, are you ready for me to plow you?"
Oh my. Plow me?
Plow. He said plow.
No, sir. I want you to get up and get the fuck out.
The coochie just
shriveled up like a raisin.
The coochie just shivered up. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, did you say?
Yeah, I said that. I was like, I'm not ready. Like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Ready. And he was like, but I already opened the condom.
Well, close it.
I was like, no. And he packed his little chest shit up. He went home. And it was, and then.
Friend, you never did it again?
Nah, I never did it again. And he texted me the next day. He was like, I've never been so embarrassed.
Oh, damn.
I was like, oh, no. Poor Pookie. He was a very sweet guy.
Poor Pookie.
But when he said the plow, I just thought of like Pornhub, like Ebony Coed gets plowed by a professional chess player. It was just like, nah.
Like the wheels started turning.
That was the one time, Dr. Umar, I swear to God, do not play in the snow. I have never, ever, ever. That was like 2017. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't play in the snow. However,
I don't play in the snow.
I recently tried to play in the snow in the sense of like. Let me run that back. No,
this is tea for me.
You know, I didn't play in the snow, but I attempted to catch a snowflake in a sense of like I thought it was going to be a sugar baby, sugar daddy experience. I won't lie.
Right.
He took me to Lord help me if he see this. I blocked him, so I don't know if he's going to see this. He has tried to contact me from an unknown number, from another number. That motherfucker texted me. He said, "Hey, did I do something wrong?" I said, "You have the wrong number." He said, "No, I got the right one."
Baby, I know you.
I said, "Oh," but long story short, I thought I could, do it. And he was really sweet in his conversation. He was educated. That motherfucker, white people sometimes, not all men. Sometimes white people got a little bit of fetish about the chocolate. Me, i.e. black women. We was in the spa, in the hot tubs, in the jacuzzi. That motherfucker took his finger to my shoulder blade like this. Like my skin was chocolate. That nigga did it twice in a span of 1 hour. When he did that shit the last time I turned around, I said, "Would you stop doing that?" He was so embarrassed. He was like, "I'm going to the hot tub." Get the fuck out. I'm not trying. And then he went to unlock his phone. That nigga had a fucking black goddess as his lock screen. And so I asked him, I said, "Do you have a fetish?" He said, No, I just love black women. I said, "Well, why don't you try something else just to try it?" That motherfucker looked me dead in my eyes and said, "No."
He said, "I want what I want."
Like, that motherfucker texted me the night before, and I should have knew it was some shit. Because the night before, he texted me and said, "Are you ready for the spa? Don't worry, I'm going to bring my spoon to scoop up all that chocolate." No, he didn't. You didn't tell me he said that.
That nigga cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
That nigga is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I couldn't believe it, and I should have known. Once he did that for the second time, I was like, "Y'all got to get up out of here. I'm not going to yai."
Not gonna
yai. I was like, I don't give a fuck how much bread you giving up. I couldn't mentally do it.
I couldn't do it.
So I've never dabbled in the snow. But I think for real, what we're trying to say is that before we wrap up, we're just trying to say, don't live your life in fear.
Yes.
And it's like, if a white man try to scoop you up like chocolate, be a little bit wary. Don't be like me, take the spa day maybe. But that's about it. I got a spa day out of it and a couple other things. Thank you for the easy pass. God bless your heart. But I think what we really trying to say is, like we said, don't do things in fear. Do things exciting. Do things in thought of your future. You know what I'm saying? And we're excited this year to see what this year brings. Yes. And I think that it's important that we stay consistent. Yes. So we shall be consistent this year. I want y'all to make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram _Kimora.Monet on all platforms and on my personal channel because I'm going to post hopefully this week. Tell them your gram.
My gram is at GlamDunk, GlamDunkk with 2 Ks. And I'm on TikTok at a fucking amazing AFCKINMAZING. I might be changing that, but
I like that.
That'll be later.
Do you have any closing thoughts, young lady?
Closing thoughts is just, hey man, don't live in fear. Don't let fear stop you from living your dreams. If fear is either face everything and run. Well, yeah, we're just going to stop with that because I don't remember the other acronym. So face everything and run.
That's it, period. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in our next episode. Bye!
Oh, false evidence appearing real. That's what it was.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Got it. Thank you for watching. Bye, motherfuckers. Bye.